Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Jordan.
And I'm Juanita.
And welcome back to another episode of Love Does Cost a Thing.
It costs everything, baby.
Man, shout out to all the love bugs. That's you who have already subscribed. We're at 103.
Oh.
We need to get to 200 quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, we can do it.
So, Lord, breathe, okay? On this video, let it go viral. Let everybody subscribe. Okay, what are we talking about today? It's a prayer of faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Y'all don't got no faith either. Where's your faith? Where's your faith?
All right.
Okay. What are we doing today? We're talking about what exactly? Tell us. Tell us what we're talking about.
We're talking about social media and marriage. So how to protect our marriage or your marriage in a digital world. And I think that's crazy that we even have to say like digital world.
Big shout out to the official sponsor of the Love Does Cost a Thing podcast, Unashamed Apparel. Grab your gear today at shopunashamed.com and use the code LDCAT for 10% off your entire order.
That's a real thing.
Like it's really like a thing. And I feel very old, although I'm just a millennial, but like I feel very old because when we were growing up, like the internet was something that was like becoming popular. Yeah. It became a thing, but it definitely wasn't like what it is right now.
Sure.
We had a lot more like face to face, a lot more like interactions with people versus now I feel like it really is a digital world. Like people can talk to people all over the world. Like people are becoming are being in relationship with them, whether it is just like friendships or romantically, and they've never met in person. That is crazy. But I do think it's important to talk about this topic because there are a lot of like stereotypes and things that are put out into the world as far as like what your relationship should look like on social media.
Yes.
So I think it's really important to be able to debunk that.
Yeah.
And to give some people some peace about, you know, what they feel like they want to present on social media versus what, like, so they don't feel pressured to have to do stuff that goes against kind of like who they are.
Absolutely. I think that social media is a beautiful thing, even when it comes to relationships. But you have to be very careful because social media is a source that feeds people's soul.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be so moved by what you see. Because there are a lot of times where people will portray an image. Okay? Even influencers. Like, we can't even, like, okay, shout out to us. We're not getting paid for this. So, sure, we want you guys to watch these videos, but the only benefit that we get from this is just serving you guys, right? I say that to say, now that will change. Our heart won't change. We will eventually be monetized, right? But our heart won't change. There are people, and I'm in the content creation world, right? There are people who will say and do anything for your attention, for your double tap, okay? Even if it's a lie, even if it's not the true, this is how they really live. And so you have to be very careful in how you allow social media to influence how you do your relationship because at the end of the day, it's just y'all. It's you and him. It's you and her. It's y'all together. And the pinnacle of your focus ought to be what lights Juanita's fire for me. What lights Jordan's fire for her, right? As opposed to, I want that, what they have. Because truthfully, I mean, the same applies for us. Like, we are being truthful to you, but you don't know unless you know us.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. That's unrealistic to expect anybody on a platform similar to this one to like it's unrealistic to expect you to know everything about that person.
Right.
It doesn't matter how like vulnerable they are. At the end of the day, you don't do life with them, so you still don't know everything.
Right.
And I do think that there are some people that are influencers that share, you know, not so great moments about their life so that you're reminded that they're human. But at the end of the day, I think it would be weird if people did like share everything about them. I think that there is a level of like sacredness that needs to be had when it comes to a space like this. Like everyone shouldn't have that type of access to you, to your family, to your relationship. And so I think that that's important to note, like on your end, to please just make sure that you have realistic expectations of people. Like people are not hiding, they're not being phony, but like it just doesn't make sense for them to sit, like if I'm sad, like I'm not gonna cry making a video being like I'm sad. I think that that's like it makes me uncomfortable to watch somebody do that. And so you know, people say all the time, like when people post on social media, it's a highlight reel, right? And so you're seeing those moments, but like we have had conversations with people that influence, and they're like, yeah, right before that we had an argument, like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's important to note that like people are human. Like, and even if they did have an argument, it doesn't mean that they didn't love each other or that the post wasn't real, but it doesn't show everything, you know? And so you are thinking to yourself, I want that, but you don't know what that actually is.
And what that entails.
You know what I'm saying? You see the picture or the image of that, but you don't know like what's happening behind closed doors. So I think it's interesting that you say like, Jordan, like, I felt like that was the first step in like, okay, we have a marriage, we have a relationship, we're serious. How do we balance like this idea of social media? And you kind of said it like being able to identify what works for y'all. Like what is it that you desire? Like what as the woman, what do you desire as the man? Not what social media says you should desire. And so I'll just be like honest, when it came to our relationship, I felt like I had a hard time with that. And I definitely felt like I was really influenced by social media as far as like what a relationship looks like. Like I distinctly remember like we were early on in our dating, and we were still very sacred, I would say, with our we were still exclusive, but like we were like quiet about it. Like we were just doing us for real. And when people kind of found out about it little by little, they were like, oh, like I wouldn't have never known, like, you know, you guys just act like friends or something like that. But it was more of like their idea of what they thought a relationship should be versus like what worked for us. And my response then was, you know, I don't really remember, but now my response would be, well, we are friends. You know what I'm saying? And how we choose to display our love for each other in public doesn't make or break like who we are, or it doesn't determine the strength of our relationship just because you don't see me kissing my husband in public.
I don't like at the same time, I don't think that if in your heart you're hiding, red flag. But to Juanita's point about it being sacred, that is a big thing for me, for us, because you have to be very careful of sometimes what influences us subconsciously or unknowingly. I just want to really emphasize the fact that you don't know you're getting swindled. You don't know you're getting bamboozled until you look up and like, whoa, like how did I get here? You know? So I love that you mentioned that. I think that there's another aspect when it comes to the relationships and the social media. And that is people make those posts for other people's approval. Right. Yes. They call it, it's so funny when I hear this. They call it soft launch, hard launch now. Like when people be posting their new boo. They be posting people in their close friends or in their stories like a soft launch. It's so fun. I don't know, the term is hilarious to me, but it's a real thing. Like obviously for some people it's lighthearted, it's a joke, but for others it's like a legitimate thing. Like they be posting like the little off guards, the scripted off guards, right? Or posting photos of them at dinner when they could just see like almost the silhouette of the man but not his face and stuff like that. Like sure, it's poetic, it's nice looking, right? But I really want you to check your heart. I really want you to check your heart to see if whether or not you're posting for these people's approval, right? Listen, because if you start to fulfill that appetite, you'll always crave it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. You said you didn't want to be deep today.
No, I think that opens the door for like kind of what we're saying next though. Like, so when I was using myself as an example, like I think that it's important to note that if you're craving that, then something is missing. Something's not being fulfilled. You just went deeper. I'm sorry. Right? And so for me, it was more of like I didn't know what I wanted from like our relationship in the sense of what I felt like worked for me. And just my background, like I have always kind of like been from that lovey-dovey type of like background, if that makes sense. And so for me, I felt like there was a lot more like maturing that I had to do within myself. Like I felt like I shouldn't be desiring, and not from you per se, but like I shouldn't be desiring like affirmation from other people. Like I should be affirming myself, and anything you give me would be in addition to that. And so I felt like early on in our relationship, I was in that type of deficit where like I was looking for that from other things versus like understanding like, no, I'm secure within myself. And then when my husband says this or when my husband posts this about me, it's like, oh, that was so nice. But I don't feel like either my world is ending if you didn't post on this particular day, or that my day was made and, you know, everything was all great when you did post. So I think it goes back to the idea of like, what is the void that you're trying to fill by doing that? And there are some people who like that is just them. They post their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's okay. That like that's who they are. Like I have a friend. She posts her whole life. That's just her though. That is genuinely her. You know what I'm saying? That's just not us. And so I think it's okay that your personality is a part of like who you are when you're like posting and stuff like that. But really we're talking about like if that's not you, then why are you doing it? Right? Or like if you're saying to yourself like, oh, I'm trying to hide my spouse, like, well, why are you trying to hide them? Like what do you like, what's the purpose behind that? And so people always say it's not that deep, but it is that deep. It really is that deep, because ultimately what you do on social media is a reflection of what you're doing in private. It is.
I love how you went there, man. And especially the fact that you reiterated, like, it is not inherently wrong to incorporate social media in your relationship or post about y'all's love. But just be careful that be mindful of why you're doing what you're doing. Especially if you two both come from places or backgrounds where your circles kind of overlap and people know both of y'all. Like us. Like we met in college. So, you know, and we had pretty decent reputations in college. And so folks, our circles overlap, you know? I want to be very careful, because especially when things get tough or you're a little weak, right? The slightest little comment thing, whatever it may be, the little spark can start a fire. And you know what? You know whose house gonna be burning? It's gonna be yours, not gonna be theirs.
So when you're talking about that, what are you referring to specifically? Like when you say that,
like if somebody makes a comment about y'all,
right? Okay.
Somebody makes a comment about y'all, like a negative comment. I think that's pretty much explains it. Like, or if they don't approve of what you do or what you post, like it could be anything, man. Like,
and let me tell you, because people say some,
oh my goodness,
say some stuff. Okay, we just recently posted about J3, and the DMs I got, I was like,
why are you?
Did you think about this before you sent this message?
and they, Jesus.
And these are people that like you, right? These are like, we're not even in that space where like we're having like unknown people follow us, like in the sense of like commenting and stuff like that. These are people that like know you, right? Like are in connection or, you know, in proximity to you, but like, and people don't mean any harms most of the time anyway. But like what we're saying basically is that that's important when you're posting things. You have to guard your heart. You have to guard your eyes. You have to guard your mind, because you're not in control. Like, once you release that into the internet, you have no control over what happens after that.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's so important that you recognize that before, and that's why we're saying, like, hey, what's your reasoning behind this? Because if you're not secure within yourself, if you don't feel comfortable within yourself, and you're kind of teetering that line of like, I don't know, and then you post it and you get that one comment, that can send you. You know what I'm saying? That can, make you to cause an argument with your spouse or whatever the case may be, when it's like, whoa, we didn't need that, especially not for the sake of like social media.
I just thought of one of those comments. Sorry. Anyway,
no, you're fine. But like, people are gonna say what they want to say, right? We live in a world that they can do that.
You're inviting them in.
Yeah.
You're inviting them in. Once you put it out there, there is no, this is just us. There is no that. That's gone. You just opened up your life together. You're becoming one with a third of the world's population.
Which is fine if that's something you're comfortable with, which is going back to kind of what we're saying is like, we're not saying don't post anything unless you just don't want to post anything. Like, I know lots of people, really great people, who are not on social media at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not their thing, you know? But it's a matter of like making sure that the reasoning behind why you do it is something that sits right with you. Like, you feel like you can go to sleep at night peacefully.
Excuse me.
After posting that, because you had pure intentions, you weren't thinking this or that. Because it's not to say that you're going to post something with pure intentions and feel confident and not dislike a comment. Like, you're going to, if people say something you don't like, we're human. But it's a different when you're in a more secure place versus when you're in a fragile place of like, mentally, it's like, is that gonna take you there mentally?
Yeah.
And it's like, you shouldn't have to feel that way for something that is optional. You know what I'm saying? Something that you don't have to do. And so when you think about your relationship, just think about like what works for you. Like, I know people who post on every single holiday. I know people who post, their spouse, and they're saying these things and they're saying that thing, and sometimes we post and sometimes we don't, but it doesn't determine like who you are as a couple if you post a lot or if you don't post at all or if you rarely post. Like, as long as who you are behind closed doors is healthy, you're communicating, you're doing what's best for each other, and most importantly, you're serving the Lord and honoring the Lord, then like, who cares like how much you post on social media?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so you have to just be very like aware of those types of things that like you follow. Like, I think about like influencers that I follow, right? And like, again, I'm probably gonna sound old saying this, but like, influencers weren't a thing when we were growing up.
They were not, no.
So like, that wasn't like a legit job, and they weren't famous.
Right.
Influencers are famous.
They're famous now.
They're like famous people, and so their lives are on display.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what they do and how they live their life, whether it agrees with like your beliefs or not, it's out there for the world. And people,
you can't take it back.
Yeah, and people take those things to heart. Like, they believe they're a part of that family and stuff like that. And so, like, it gets deep on social media. So that's why we're, like, talking about this. You might be thinking to yourself, like, why in the world are they talking about social media? Like, it is deep. Like, you guys know, you heard stories about people having reactions to certain things or responding in certain ways due to social media. Like, people's lives could be over in a matter of 2 seconds. Like, literally posting one thing. You know what I'm saying? And so just encouraging you guys to use it wisely, making sure that you are both in agreement. Like, if, I'm the poster and he's not, making sure he's comfortable with me posting
with what
those
posting.
things on social media. Go ahead.
And I think that personalities come into play, like similarly to what you were sharing earlier. You may be more outgoing, a little bit more free-spirited, if you will. You don't mind posting embarrassing stuff. But your partner may not be with that.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Especially if you know that you guys have different personalities in that regard. Check the temperature before you make that post. Yeah, we're just trying to help you guys cover areas that could creep up.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you never ever post sensitive things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is hard to say because when people get through tough seasons, I do believe in testifying. I do, but if you are going to be with that person, be careful of how you testify, especially online. Be led by Holy Spirit, because when you allow people in, right, this goes back even to the family conversation, right? Like when you allow people in to your relationship as it pertains to social media, or when you are dealing with something and your family gets involved, right? Juanita said it earlier in an early episode. Y'all can forgive each other, right? But the people that are in proximity or know about what happened or are involved because you put it on social media, not that, I mean, it ultimately doesn't matter what they think, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you've opened the door for the court of public opinion when you make it public on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So guard your heart, and most importantly, guard your relationship from the opinions of others. This is why we so heavily believe in accountability, and mentorship, and spiritual mothers and fathers, and pastors and stuff like that, because these are the places that you run to for, those moments that are a little bit more sensitive, because you shouldn't have to keep it in, right? You may need an outlet, but don't let social media be your outlet.
Come to social media healed.
Yes.
When we talk about giving a testimony, we ain't bleeding no more.
Yeah.
It's a scar.
Yeah.
It's healing.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't be bleeding all over the place. Like, get yourself in a place where you can literally testify and say, hey, listen, I did experience this, but now here is where I am. And that's where people can hang their hope, is that you may have been where they are now, but there is a hope that they can be where you are now, if that makes sense, or where you were rather. And then they can have hope that they can be where you are now.
Yes.
And so it's important that if you feel like if, for example, maybe you feel like the Lord is calling you to be an influencer, like if he's calling you to that type of platform or to that type of career, seek him, right? Like, get wisdom from him about what to post, how to post it, so that you are honoring him. And it doesn't mean you have to be like a godly or a Christian influencer, but when you serve the Lord, everything you do is unto him. Yeah. Whether you want to put Christian on it or not. Like, we don't necessarily say that, like, Love Does Cost a Thing is a Christian podcast, but everything that we do, everything that we are is rooted in Christ. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't have to necessarily say that to follow his principles and to show people him, essentially, to be his light in the world.
Yeah, man. I don't think I got anything else.
Wow, guys. I can't believe I talked this much. I've never talked this much in one episode.
Juanita is the talker. Please don't let it fool you. Please don't let her fool you. Please don't let her fool you. Juanita is the talker.
It was, I saw a post recently on social media. It was like, when you've been quiet all day because you're an introvert, and then you see your husband and you keep telling him random stuff. And it's like a voiceover that's like, so then I saw a giraffe, and then it jumped over the gate, and then it went here, and then it went there. And she's like following her husband all around the, that's me.
That's her.
That is me. Because he's my husband. My husband.
But she wanted to be rapping, yo, to everybody.
Do not be rapping. All right.
Rapping.
Here.
Bars on bars.
All right. See, here we go. Okay, because he opened the door now. That means he gave me permission.
Oh, did I just?
Okay.
I'm sorry. We just did what we told him not to do.
Exactly. See? See?
I'm sorry. Look, caught red-handed.
We're both talkers. We both talk to everybody. So that's who the Lord ordained us to be. That just not you.
All right. Make sure you subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, get those subscribers up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right? Post it in the chat. We thought hopefully that today was a lighter episode. We can't do anything light, I think.
One last thing. The
Lord just made us deep.
Heavy-handed. Yeah.
That's deep. We just ain't good over. We just.
I lost what I was about to say. Oh, if you have to wonder if whether or not you should post it, don't post it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You done?
Yes. So,
right.
comment. Tell us how you like or what you like about it. Sorry, pregnancy brain. And then also, please, let us know what topics you guys want. You know what I'm saying? You're here. You're subscribed.
If you watch it this far, you might as well say something.
Let us know. Let us know so we can help you out. You know what I'm saying? If you have a personal question, right? Just reach out to us. We got your back. We're here to serve you.
Indeed. Get it while you can, man. Because once this thing blows up, we might not be able to get to all of the questions. Seriously, but
fancy.
Humbly. Humbly, but seriously. Okay. We done for real?
Yes.
All right. My name is Jordan.
And I'm Juanita.
And this is Love Does Cost a Thing. We'll catch you next week.